Good evening, Flesh Wound Radio Freaks. I am Daniel Shine. As always, by Todd Loya, who is back from his Me Too vacation for touching Oda's vagina. And as always, Pugs Dread as well. Gentlemen, how goes your evening?
So far, so good for me. Todd, how are you doing?
Very
I'm
good.
doing all right. I had a Dan moment, sorry.
Very good to hear, sir. Yes. I hope it was worth it. He would not let me smell his fingers, but I bet it smelled like cake and happiness. Anyway.
Is this supposed to be his news voice? I'm confused.
Yes.
It's something between Zane and an old-timey news voice.
I'm just waiting for him to announce a second plane hit. When is that going to happen?
Well, we should go ahead and mention this is our first standalone news break, I guess.
Yeah.
We're going to do these every once in a while when there's enough news to warrant it instead of rolling it into a standard show. So here we are with the first episode. Yes.
The news.
For May 4th, 2020.
This is
2020.
You always have a chick, though. That's the weird thing about doing the news. You don't normally have three dudes.
Well, we want the actual news. We don't need distractions.
Fuck you, Todd.
Oh, well, you're there too.
Really, Dan? Are you really? You cannot.
I can't say fuck on Nightline.
No, you're the host. You shouldn't be insulting me. I'm going to fucking go to HR and get you removed.
You don't think Wolf Blitzer? Well, you're the one that touched Hoda's vagina, so I don't think HR is even going to listen to you.
Anyone here is going to touch Hoda's vagina, it is you, sir.
Hoda is a beautiful woman. I would touch her vagina with consent.
Whether she wanted it or not.
Do not make us do take 8.
That brush against her in the elevator was an accident, I swear to Christ.
You just happen to have a boner.
I just want to know what's the other one? It's Hoda and Kathy Lee. I just want to know if she's ever been like, "Ooh, there's a pubic hair in my brush."
Yeah.
The Craft turned. How old was it yesterday? Fucking old as shit.
25, right?
96. So
I can't do math. I can't tell time.
It had an anniversary.
I think it was 96. Was it 90? Yeah, 96. I think. Yeah.
I think it was 95. I think it was 25th.
You know who's still looking hot? Perusa Ball.
Okay, that's it. Here we go. Where's the top?
Perusa Ball. Oh man,
that skeleton.
I need to cool down after that.
I know. I hear she's playing Jack Skeleton in the live-action version.
The Broadway.
Yeah. I think she's single too, so there's a chance. There's a chance.
I'm rooting for.
Yeah, it was 96. Yesterday it turned 24.
Oh.
There you go. Huh.
We're getting
Most
old.
Hollywood execs wouldn't even fuck it anymore.
Way past the right age.
Way past. So anyways, our first news story of this evening is Nicolas Cage has been cast as the motherfucking Tiger King. Oh my God. This almost makes quarantine okay. Tiger King made it okay, and now it's just like, all right, no more flashbacks. Nick Cage is the fucking Tiger King. When we were talking about who we wish would be cast, I think Sam Rockwell was mine. Can't remember who you guys were talking about, but Nick Cage was almost too awesome to think. What do you think?
Nicolas Cage never crossed my mind, but as soon as you hear it, it's like, oh, that's fucking perfect.
Right? Yeah. It's like, what were we doing? Like, fuck.
I was telling these guys earlier, I cannot wait for the moment when we hear Nick Cage first say, Carol fucking Baskin. It is going to replace the bees. It's going to be Carol. bitch, Carol fucking.
But you know he's going to use the one accent he knows how to do, which is going to make this even more awesome.
Cameron Poe from Con Air as Tiger King.
See, I immediately go to Raising Arizona, but it's the same voice, though. That's just the first time I
want
ever
the Tiger
do
King
it.
action movie, though.
What's that song from Con Air? How do I? They're going to do a whole thing like as he's getting out of prison, finding out that Dylan's like banging some other dude or something. I don't know. Oh my God. But here's how I would fucking do it. This is some fucking brilliance that just entered my head while when this popped up. I go Once Upon a Time in Hollywood style, and he does kill that bitch, Carol Baskin.
That'd be pretty awesome.
I fucking cosign. Give it to Tarantino or someone like him.
I want it to be just as brutal. Like what was his name? Alan, the hitman, actually goes to her place and just starts like obliterating her fucking face on like a fire.
I want him to do it. I want the Tiger King. I want him to go full blown Chuck Norris and like roundhouse kick her fucking head off with his spurs. Oh my God!
Slow motion, just like slits her throat. Oh man,
I love this guy.
He's got to kill the cuck too, though.
Well, yeah, of course.
It's gonna be that scene like in Mandy where he like grabs him by the throat and he's like, "I'll suck your dick."
No, he just breaks into that weird ass song as he's picking him off the ground.
Oh my God, the I Saw a Tiger music video. Holy fuck. Oh my God, that is going to be like the best movie. That is going to break Netflix. It's Netflix, right? Or no, I guess I
didn't get that far. It just said he's going to play him in a movie.
Well, you probably have more.
I hope it's Netflix. That'd be funny. That'd be good.
I hope so too, yeah. But oh my God, that is going to make bank. They'd be stupid not to put it in theaters.
What theaters? We don't have.
No, it's a series though, Dan. It's a scripted series.
Oh, even better. We get more fucking content from that. Yes.
The article I saw said movie. Oh, that's interesting then. Well,
Nicolas Cage to play. This is from Variety, so I mean, they're kind of reputable. Nicolas Cage to play Tiger King's Joe Exotic in a scripted series from American Vandal showrunner.
Oh, it's even better. Shit, you're gonna get everything.
8-episode series is being produced by Imagine Television Studios and CBS Television Studios. It will be taken to market in the coming days. Hopefully, it'll be on the CBS app and not just.
I was gonna say CBS would be stupid not to have it streaming uncensored, and they go for it.
Yeah. Oh my God, that is gonna be good. Oh man. I'm just like picturing all the. I wonder who's going to play now. I mean, we can all start fantasy booking.
I want to reunite the cast of Con Air and Face Off. Just everyone from there, find a place, find what you want. Like the cross-dressing Latin guy from Con Air. He could be he could be the new. I don't remember his name, but he was a she at one time.
The girl
I don't want to say armless either, but yeah, that one.
The guy who got his arm ripped off. Yes, that would be.
Or Danny Trejo.
Oh fuck! Okay, little too old. Where do we put Trejo? Malkovich.
Trejo has to be the Scarface guy. Come on.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking, see, you went Con Air. I'm going Raising Arizona. I think fucking Holly Hunter should be Carol Baskin.
I can see it. She's a very good actress.
And there aren't any women in Con Air that I can think of, so it wouldn't even work.
I can't even remember the women
Except
in that.
Who cares? Fuck her. But John Travolta needs to play somebody, and so does
John Cusack.
No, he said Travolta.
No, Travolta.
Oh, I thought you were on
also.
Con Air.
But Cusack can play the cuck, and Malkovich can play the the fucking Kurt Cobain looking motherfucker with the blonde hair, the coolest one.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think about his wife? I don't give a fuck.
Well, who's the one who smokes himself?
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's gotta be a younger one. Like Channing Tatum's
Zac
not even that young
Efron.
anymore. Sure.
No.
I want to see Efron just blow his fucking brains. That, and do we get like a scene where Nick Cage is like fucking Zac Efron?
Dan can dream.
No shame. I kind of want to see that. I kind of want to see that.
Dan's still waiting for the porn parody.
Wow.
There's got to be one. Dan,
yeah. I mean, technically, it wouldn't make any sense. But
Joe Erotic.
There you go. Oh, you just booked it. That's got to already be taken. Axel Braun right now is already working on Joe Erotic. I mean, that shit's done. But all I can say is Nick Cage blows the shit out of anybody else we mentioned. Yeah. He is perfect for this shit. It could, and I'm not even joking, it could really be like that turnaround role for him, because that is going to make bank. I don't care what format, that is going to make bank. I mean, Tiger King was the quarantine phenomenon, and man, they need to start shooting that shit as soon as possible.
I want to know.
I want to know too. So I'm sure we're going to be talking more about this because, goddamn, it's probably not my most anticipated movie. Probably my second most anticipated
TV series.
TV series. What? Fuck. I'm sorry. Are you saying I'm not as good as Variety? I apologize.
What is your first movie and/or TV series that you're looking forward to?
We'll be talking about that tonight.
Oh,
which is another TV series. So
yes,
okay. Well, that makes sense.
And movie too.
Yeah, but it's going to be a TV series.
Yes, I'm just saying that one is both.
So you're looking forward to a movie that's already happened, or the TV series that is going to?
They're going to make another movie. Also,
they're making another movie also, Todd.
Okay.
But before we get there, big fucking return.
Yeah.
Fangoria's Weekend of Horror is coming back in 2021.
It was supposed to be back in Chicago October 2020, but unless it's a digital one, they said they're returning in 2021 now.
Hey, come to Georgia. I think they're ready to have it like next week.
They need to hit markets that don't get cons. You guys get quite a few.
Yeah, we do. We do.
So
here in California, we get a shitload, but I rarely go now. But I will be returning to Fangoria when it comes.
Yeah,
that is that kicked off like a lot of my first autographs and stuff like that. A big part of my horror fandom.
I remember going to my first one and just being like, it was like really basically the first big convention that I ever went to back in like 95, I think it was. Somewhere around there, 94, 95. And man, I mean, I still remember, I think Angus Scrimm was at that one, or he was at one of the first two I went to. John Saxon. Man, Fangoria Weekend of Horrors is a tradition, and I'm so glad to see it back. I hope that they do well, because there was something Chiller Theater was very special before it got too packed in and, just money. But Fangoria Weekend of Horrors probably matched even that. I still remember, Tony Timpone walking around and talking to him, and just, man, so many fucking memories. Do you guys remember like the first person that you had like met that was a big deal at Weekend of Horrors, and was that one of your original convention experiences?
I can't remember exactly, but Doug Bradley sticks out. I think we talked about this last a while back. That one sticks out. Tobin Bell, that one sticks out. And Gunnar Hansen.
Okay.
Well, I got two of those for my first. My first one was early 88, late 87. I want to say it was early 88 because there was a Friday the 13th 7 reunion panel with everyone there. Like, it just, yeah. And he showed the uncut footage. And Phantasm 2 panel, which if you ever see, it's on like all the like Blu-rays and DVDs and stuff. There's footage of him from a convention. That was the Weekend of Horrors I was at. And they showed us the uncut footage, like with all the stuff, the work print shit. And the first person I remember trying to get an autograph, and I know I've told this one before, was Doug Bradley, but he was on his way to the bathroom. I didn't follow him in, but the first one I got was Gunnar Hansen.
Luckily, that was Daniel Harris. He'd follow him to the bathroom.
That was later, and there's no evidence, so moving on.
Yeah, but see, Weekend is weird. I was the same age as her, so it's not like they're doing it now to the young Disney kids.
You know what? That bitch got me, though, because she was talking about at a Rob Zombie's Halloween panel. Made me laugh, but still, she got me. She's talking about doing a nude scene or going topless in Halloween. She's like, yeah, but none of you guys wanted to see me topless in Halloween 4. I was like, because I had my hand raised up already. I was like, yeah, I want to see you topless. And they say Halloween 4. I was like, fuck. Like, had this been a few years later and my sense of humor would have been like it is now, shit, 2 hands.
Sir Pimpone's escorting you out of the convention.
Oh, maybe whatever. Smiles wants to see it too. Come on, Tanny.
Oh, man. Well, all right. Yeah, man.
That's really cool. I'm excited. I hope I don't have to travel too far, but if it's not here, if an LA based Fangoria within the next like year and a half, I'll travel one. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm down to do 2021. I'm doing some kind of a big trip because after all this shit, yeah, I'll travel.
I'm waiting shit out for a little bit.
Same. At least I plan to. We'll see what happens.
All right.
But yeah, very excited for that. Great memories, and I hope it returns to the glory of yesterday. Because Montemania and Chiller have faltered, man. It's not the same. They're just too much now.
All of them age out. Palooza, like Monsterpalooza, it's just overcrowded.
Yeah. They may have some trouble doing that. Even after we get a vaccine to this shit, I don't know if they're going to crab people like sardines like they've been doing. All right, moving on to our next topic, which is huge news. I am very excited about this. We are getting a Hellraiser TV series on HBO Max from David Gordon Green, of the director of the 2018 Halloween. And it is not a lot of info yet. I know they're saying not a remake or anything. I mean, I guess it's maybe gonna actually go off of the films, but we're speculating a touch on this. I'm always cautious with Hellraiser news because I've been disappointed so many times with Hellraiser stuff that hasn't materialized over the years. But I will say this: perfect streaming service for them to put this on right now. I mean, Watchmen, of course, just recently, they get away with a whole lot of shit. This may be the best chance we get of seeing pure Hellraiser. And I don't know, I guess we can talk a little bit about it. So a TV series obviously is going to have to bring in new characters, much like Ash versus the Evil Dead. I know there were always those people that bitch. It's like, oh, I just want Ash. And it's like, well, that wouldn't make for a TV series. What I like about it is I really want to see even aside from Pinhead, who certainly has to be in it, I really want to see a little bit more backstory on some of the Cenobites. I want to see, yeah, exactly. Like, all right, who was Butterball? How did he come to be? Chatterer, what's his story? This is the perfect format to do that. I mean, it'll probably be like 10 episodes. I could really potentially see. I see this in my head jumping back and forward in time. I could really, honestly, would not be shocked if it started with Elliot Spencer and we get a lot more from him before, pre-Pinhead. And I'm excited, man. I mean, I never really thought TV series, and there is a chance, I suppose, that this could be sort of a creep show type anthology where it's just going to be different stories every time, and maybe we're getting. I hope not.
Hope not. That would ruin it for me. I mean, maybe
it'll be Freddy's Nightmares all over again.
Yeah, HBO, I think, is a little bit more. I think they're a little bit more epic in scope. Like if it was like a Shudder series, no offense, I mean, love Shudder, but I could see that maybe being like, okay, we'll bring him back as Pinhead and we'll just do anthology.
I want them to take notes from Hannibal and True Detective. If you combine those worlds and you add Cenobites to the mix, take my money. You become my new favorite show.
Kind of like Inferno.
I want the dark, twisted, sexual shit that frankly we didn't even really get fully explored even in the movies. I mean, there's a lot. Go read Hellbound Heart, guys. I mean, very different. There's a lot of fucking shit that we could get. The other possibility that I'm totally on board with is if they go by the story of the recent Boom comics.
I'm into.
Yeah. I mean, they're gonna. The only movies that they would acknowledge are the first two. They're not gonna, pay any attention to anything else. So, yeah, what they do with Kirsty Cotton in the comics is brilliant.
Is there anything that says they're going to have anything to do? I don't think they'll have anything to do with the first two.
I'm
hoping it's a retelling.
Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. I don't expect it to go off continuity of what's already there. They're going to do their own thing.
But they can do the comics, which would be cool. That widens.
Well, if you think of it, okay, the comics, does that continue the world after Hellraiser 2?
Some do.
All right, well, because I was going to say, they could really tell the story in the first season and then kind of go off into that in the other seasons. Because you have to remember that this is going to be a first take. That's like expecting Westworld to have continued off the two movies. It didn't. This is a new thing, and it's going to be for a new audience. There will be. I don't see there's any way it has anything to do with the movies.
Do you think that the movies, just the basic backstory of those movies, are popular enough that they don't have to retell it?
They do.
All right. Well, I mean,
that's fine with me because Todd, you're revisiting Hannibal right now, so you get to follow those movies through these longer format, and you get more detail. Give me all the details. I want to know how each pin got in Pinhead's head. I want to know how the baby turned a Chatterer. Show me everything.
No, there's a lot you can do. I don't mind them retelling it, and that's another interesting question because in Hellbound Heart, Pinhead's not really Pinhead that you know him. Kirsty Cotton is not, the lead role. Very different character. So, I do think you have to have Pinhead as Pinhead.
I think there'll be influences from the film, but I don't think it's going to, like continuity-wise, they're not going to be, together. But I don't think you can do a Hellraiser project now without some of the elements created for the film.
Yeah, that's certainly possible. I mean, maybe the first season really is the first movie, but all I can say is if they do that,
kind of like they did with From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, I would lead up to it. I would have season 1 close maybe with how we are left off in the first movie. I would really, I don't know, do it in the past and really focus on Spencer and how he became Pinhead and how he brought together these groups of people. Because there's a lot of you can really make up your own interesting backstory there. So even diehard fans like me won't really have any idea what's coming. So I hope this fucking happens. I hope it doesn't fall apart. This is potentially a dream project. And I should say there is also a movie in development from Spyglass and David Bruckner. Nothing's known about that. Apparently that has nothing to do with the show. So that could be interesting, though. What if that ends up being a remake? You know what I mean? Like,
the more Hellraiser, the better for me, because we already have movies that fucking suck ass. So, like, it can't be any worse than fucking Judgment Day. What's Judgment?
No, Judgment. Or wait, which one are you talking about? You mean
Judgment. Revelation. Yeah, Judgment was pretty cool.
I like Judgment.
Revelation. The fucking auditor. Bring that guy. That shit was the best part of that movie.
Dude, you can create great new characters in that universe. Absolutely.
Do you think they're gonna hit up Clive Barker for like how they hit up George Lucas for the Mandalorian? It's like, hey, what else do you got? You want to add a little fucking spice in here? I would think so. See if he's willing to.
I would hope so. I mean, I saw Clive at the last Days of the Dead I was at, I think it was the last one. Not looking in the best of shape these days, unfortunately, but I think they'd be his brain still works. They'd be insane not to.
But I'm thinking, this show takes off, right? Mm-hmm. What did Clive Barker want to do the most? At least in my experience, every time I see him, I wanted to tell Nightbreed as this big epic tale. This is the perfect format to finish that. So if we get this, we have a whole Clive Barker world, which would be fucking awesome. Give me it all.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago. I mean, they were talking about a Nightbreed series. I never heard it was canceled or anything. So, the thing that makes me feel good though, like I could see them doing a Nightbreed series, and depending on the service or channel, it really being watered down or turned into like some kind of, I don't know, superhero type thing. But HBO Max, Hellraiser, I think we'll be able to get some of the dark shit. I really do. I think, like I said, there's a lot that's not mined there in the Hellraiser universe. And
I want to give a shout out to The Boys on Amazon. That was pretty fucking violent and gory. It's a superhero show, but it's pretty brutal. So if it lands on Amazon, that's cool too.
Here's a question before we move on to our last topic here, and it's kind of Hellraiser, kind of not. But coming out of this this world situation we're in right now, what do you think that there could be kind of an influx of darker, more edgy material, or do you think we're going to be like very like sterilized, like type, Disney crap for a while?
Let's not downplay the Disney crap. Some of that stuff's fun, but I do believe people are angry. People are angry, and when people are angry, we get cool, dark shit. So I think there'll be some of both. Some people want to laugh. Some people want to fucking get scared or be grossed out. I want all three and both. All three. So I do think we'll get. I do think we'll get some angry fucking material.
Hellraiser is perfect for that, man. It really is. Oh man, more big horror properties turned into TV series. I'm all for it. I'm fine.
Todd, Texas Chainsaw on Stars.
Yeah.
They Spartacus that shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give Leatherface like a love interest. He's sitting there. Oh wait, Todd triggered it when it ends up being Julia Stiles.
Oh, they're gonna ruin that too.
As long as he cuts her face off in the first 3 seconds, we'll be all right.
He decides he doesn't want to kill anymore. He's just like walking through like a field of daisies with her, and there you go. But just think, Todd, when he finally snaps and kills her, you'll have the biggest pop of your life. So
I
yeah.
was concerned, like, what are you doing with that?
Hey, maybe you get the Leatherface sex scene. There you go. Can you imagine he cut the face off?
Like, with Caroline Williams.
I know. Dean is like fucking Brody in Mallrats.
So is his junk green?
I will take that as a compliment, sir.
It wasn't.
All right, on to our main event of this evening. AMC versus Universal Studios.
Well, AMC and Regal.
AMC.
Come on. Goddamn screen day.
AMC fired the first shot, so
they did. But
give them their props. Yes, AMC, Regal. Who else has jumped on board now?
There's an overseas company that has. We were talking about doing this last week, but we kind of waited to see if anything else broke today.
Mm-hmm.
Really hasn't, so there's still this standstill. So what do you guys think?
Well,
I will say this. If I was Universal, I would tell these people to go fuck themselves. Just because day and date, they don't need it. They Trolls and whatever else released during quarantine, they made their money. Money's to be made. They don't need the theaters. Now, as like me, a moviegoer, then I love the fucking theater. I hope they work shit out. And I don't believe they want to leave Fast and the Furious money on the table and other big Universal properties. But like, come on, Fast and Furious is one of the biggest fucking franchises of all time. For some reason, and I will be revisiting. Yeah, I fall in the middle. Like, I don't want either side to be mad at each other, but I think Universal has the upper hand.
Where is the heat with Warner Brothers? They're releasing Scoob in like 10 days.
I want to see Scoob.
I think it's the way that Universal handled the situation. It was fucking Trolls. It wasn't goddamn,
Well, I think you get a pass during this time period for throwing out a couple movies. I don't think that's like AMC didn't just say we're not playing your movies anymore because they threw out Trolls. It was just in context.
No, they were mad about Invisible Man. They were mad about The Hunt. It wasn't just Trolls. That was the one that was like, oh hell no.
Yeah, they were mad.
You also got to take into account all the people that are going to develop agoraphobia and don't want to leave the fucking house. They make money. They want to be entertained. They don't have to leave the house.
I think they have to work something out where, I mean, what is it? Usually at least a few months, 3 or 4 months, roughly, sometimes less.
90 days.
90 days. So maybe they cut that down a little bit, but I do think, number one, most every fucking movie is dead long before 90 days anyways.
Now, is it 90 days after release date or after it's out of theaters? I don't remember.
Release date, yeah. So, even a blockbuster's dead after 90 days. So
sometimes take a little longer on those.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but at that point, I don't think there's going to be a lot of bitching about putting it on VOD. I think that's where the compromise is going to come. It's like, all right, it doesn't have to be 90 days anymore, but you're going to give us at least a month so that we can
see. That's why the National Theater owners and AMC are fighting. Yeah, because they've been fighting the shortening of the windows forever. It used to be 6 months. It's down to 3. the shorter it is, the easier it's like, well, I can just wait.
I'll just wait, yeah.
Yeah, if it's a month, you're like, oh, I'll wait 4 weeks. That ain't shit.
It depends on the person, though. Guys like us love going to the theater. It's a communal experience.
I can wait 4 weeks if it's something now. We'll see how much I like going to the theaters when this is all done.
Yeah, and when the way theaters are, like, they haven't changed yet, but they're describing these changes. I'm not really a big fan, because I think some, like with the plexiglass, some fucking irritating youth is going to carve their stupid initials. I was about to drop a hard F. Carve their initials and just ruin the glass and be all gross, and it's not going to be clean. It's just not.
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't think they'll end up doing that. And my theory is because we are going to have a vaccine eventually, and I don't think theaters are going to want to put that in. You know, I mean, shit, I heard today it's possible we could get it by the end of the year, which, you know, you fuck with rich people's money, you know, they make things happen fast. So
they already have the vaccine. it's
could be.
Shit, now you threw me off with the goddamn vaccine talk. No, that's all right. Well, no, Dan, you're already saying, well, I'm not going to go if they take my temperature. Dan's already like, I'm not doing it.
Well, yeah, I'm like,
yeah, you will if you want to go see a movie.
I'm in a very different area than you guys. The shit you're going to go through, I think, is going to be a lot different than what I do.
They can't do that by area, though. It has to be regulated throughout the whole state or world, really.
And here's the other thing, Dan. They're already doing it. If I go to the doctor's office, they take your temperature. If you go certain places, it's not going to just be the movie theaters, Dan. You're going to have to do this a lot of. Yeah. When
New Zealand opens up, they're going to fucking.
They already said
they're going to take your butt temperature.
Yeah, 25% capacity is what they're talking about.
Mickey, why are you unzipping your pants?
I got you. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, for theaters, they're talking 25% capacity.
Yeah. Well, you figure there's certain times during the week it's probably barely that anyways. I mean, you know,
I'm glad I never have to sit by anyone in the theater again.
Yeah, that's a plus. Yeah.
It's like, so we're going to be on the app, like, directly center. Center front row where we like it.
What's kind of stupid about it, though, is the temperature thing to me is pointless because, you know, you could have it and not have any symptoms, which I believe includes temperature anyway. So it's like,
but it's just a precaution.
Sure, but it's more it's
the same reason they have screenings at the airport. Someone's still
TSA.
Yeah, that's just a vision of protection. It doesn't necessarily guarantee you any protection.
It's honestly it's security theater. It's the same thing. It's gonna because let me tell you like this: TSA can stop absolutely nothing. It's a show put on to make you feel safe because they only know what to check for what's already happened. The guy who's going to fucking create the fucking glasses bomb, they're not going to know to look for that.
And we're flagged.
So, yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's like the show stuff. It's like, I just don't get it. I mean, it's just like, the Simpsons kid. What's his? I keep forgetting his name, but he's like, I'm helping. No,
Ralph.
I never think of it. Ralph. There you go.
Ralph.
Yeah, it's Ralph. I was like, I'm doing it. Yeah, it's like, you know, I don't know. I'm more paranoid about whoever's like handling the temperature taking. Really.
Well, again, Dan, it's a thermal temperature. They don't have to touch it.
It's like when you go to a venue. It's like a metal detector, but not. You're walking through something. You're not actually fucking dropping trow or opening your mouth.
Nothing up.
Just envision you walk in, you go in a pod, you get the little clean thing, then you get to go in.
That's going to be embarrassing as shit if you're just running a little hot for whatever reason. Maybe you were whatever. And then it's like, oh, you have to go home.
Well, let's say you do run high, your doctor will have to give you a card. He runs hot.
Yeah. And,
But
I go to we go to movies all the time, but like all the movies we do see, we don't necessarily have to see in the theater because a lot of these, the ones that we see the most, like well, if it was available at home, I probably would have had a better time than doing these fucking assholes. Well, not in Hollywood because like everyone in Hollywood wants to see the movie, so like I have a better time there. But like in a local theater, there's the fucking assholes with their phone and stuff. But my big deal is like Wonder Woman. That's the big one that's coming out that I want to see. I want to see that, but I want to also be safe. So I don't know.
We should already be on our second time seeing Black Widow by now.
Yeah.
See, I'm kind of the opposite though, because even when I was doing stubs, I was tending to see a lot more of the indie stuff, anyways. I mean, I just want to see movies in the theater. Theaters are not going to go anywhere. I mean, we could be in that point where they're going to not be as many.
You're being optimistic.
But they're not all going away.
If they destroy Windows, there's going to be about as many drive-ins.
If they what?
If they destroy the window
of the time release.
There will be. There'll be. Most theaters won't be able to survive.
Yeah, I mean, here's where I actually think Universal are being a bunch of cunts, personally.
I do agree with you, but I think Universal has the upper hand.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, they're in the power position.
How are they being the cunts?
Because there's a long-standing tradition and an agreement that they're essentially breaking.
They're flexing on them. Like, well, they got to get with the times, man. But they're flexing. They could have worded it better and been a little more polite about it. But they're aggressive businessmen, and this is or business people.
Sure, money is God. Nothing else matters. I get that, but I'm just saying. I kind of look at Universal.
Universal wasn't being dicks about that. AMC's like, we're not gonna. I'm sorry, Todd, I'm with you. I had a.
But don't they have to on AMC? Like, because they have to know that. All right, if we let Universal have their way, and then other studios follow suit, like you said, we're dead, or we're going to be cut in half at the very least.
Here's the thing: they're releasing kids' movies, basically. I don't think the other ones are going to do nearly as well as Scoob's going to do and as Trolls has done, just because all the kids are at home.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, when movies come back and, people are somewhat more comfortable, maybe later into this year, fall, whatever it ends up being, there is the AMC still has some lever because they're going to put out something that might be a $200 million movie, and they're going to want to make every fucking dime they can back on that thing. So AMC is not without, and Regal, I should say. I keep just saying AMC, but these theaters, AMC and Regal stand strong together, and it's like, wait a minute, do we not get, the big blockbuster in theaters?
But the theaters make their money off concessions. They don't really make money off the movie. So again, like studios don't make they make money off the movie. But if they cut out the middleman, they'll just find a way to go make it more affordable to market it directly to the home people, the consumer.
Do you think that Trolls was somewhat of an aberration in the sense that everybody was home? Because they had to lose a massive chunk from piracy, even more than they have. Well, all right. Well, I'm just saying. I don't know if that.
You keep going to piracy. It's no different than if the movie opened the same day theatrically. The people are going to pirate it or are going to pirate it.
I think it'll be more. I really do. And then you're going to have big groups.
The numbers aren't showing that, though.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe we get more data, but. You're going to have a family of maybe 8 or something watching it.
And if that family is already going to pirate something, I don't think it's going to affect them either way.
Well, I'm not even on piracy there. I'm just saying, all right, let's say they buy it legit. That's still, it's like, oh, wow, that would have been, $10, $10.
The price to watch it at home may go up just to compensate for that. But we're used to prices going up, so it'll be the new normal eventually.
$20 for a rental. Has been the going rate. across the board for premium VOD. And that's just rental. That's not owning it.
I think they're going to have to make it like an owning situation, considering.
Well, they're testing it with Scoob, where it's no, they're not going. Oh my God, they're not going to. Then they're going to fuck themselves.
Oh,
If it's a premium VOD rental, it's like going to the movies. If they're just going to sell it to you, how are they going to sell it to you twice?
At that point, they would just put it on whatever streaming service they have, like HBO Max.
Then it's just
now HBO Max original.
no.
Yeah, then it's a direct-to-video movie, basically. So that's not going to happen. They are testing it with Scoob, though, because it will be $20 for rental, $25 for sales.
I don't know. I mean, I guess everybody's different. I don't think for certain things it's like, all right, well, I can see Scoob once it's free on Netflix or something, or with whatever subscription. Do you think it's possible theaters survive and it's going to be more of a like retro screening sort of deal where, it's smaller locations and,
I think
older stuff?
I don't think they'll be able to survive that way. I think there's a lot of those now, but they're not like every theater's not that.
No, of course.
There are, I mean, there's enough there to like supply. There's enough there for the people who want to go see that stuff.
So you think theaters are RIP then, according to you?
No, I just don't think they're going to alternate into retro houses.
Okay.
I think a lot of them are going to close.
Multiplexes, the more they have, I think those theaters, the bigger theaters are going to end up going away, which sucks. But like you say, you have like a house of, I don't know, what's small nowadays? 6, 8?
Yeah.
They still have those?
Yeah, like
No.
12. Like
Around. Small town America. I mean, yeah, they're still. I mean,
I still call it the Sunset 5, but I think it's AMC 5 up by the Laugh Factory in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
That one will probably be fine.
Yeah, I mean, people I think are going to be once everybody's comfortable. I think,
but that's the
be
question.
Starving.
That when is everyone going to be comfortable? So that's going to play into it too. I think that the problem getting people to theaters is there's going to be nothing to see and second-run stuff. So I know you're banking on but people are going to want to get out of the house. But then there's the other side of that. People aren't going to want to go nowhere. They're going to go,
But young people who tend to go to the theater, they aren't going to give a fuck now because they know it's not affecting them in the same way. I mean, that could.
They don't make money. They don't get money from their parents, and they don't want them bringing that shit home.
Yeah.
Well, by young, I mean people under the age of, I don't know, 60, whatever it is. It's changing all the time.
So wait. So people that are young are just under the age of 60. So.
Yeah, I'm just saying anybody that knows at this point that, all right, I'm more likely to die driving to the theater than I am of this. I don't know. There could be like that group might eliminate the ones that are just going to hunker down. And I know people on both sides.
A lot of them aren't cinephiles. They just go to the movies to hang out with their friends. Not everyone. We're in the minority. I came to watch the fucking movie. If my friends are there, that just happens to be cool. But don't talk to me.
You guys are superhero guys. I cannot imagine there's not going to be a lot of people that are going to be like, man, I want to see Avengers 10 on.
I get snooped on my shit, so I go watch that shit at home now.
I am in that boat. Wonder Woman that comes out later is the movie I want to see the most. That's coming out relatively soon. So I have to play fucking Russian roulette with myself. Like, am I going to go do this or not? I still don't know.
I'm the same. I'm
more than likely. I will test it out and die. But at least I saw one.
I think you're safe. You're safe.
I also have concerts coming up that I like.
Those are happening.
They got postponed, and Ticketmaster's being a bunch of cunts. Like, if it gets postponed, you can't return your ticket and get your money back. If it gets canceled, you can get your money back. All of the concerts that I had planned have been postponed because they're cunts. So we'll see if I end up going or not. It all depends. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I mean, fall at best case scenario, probably for that sort of thing. But although again, like, hey, WWE 25% capacity now. You know, there's a push now for things to get back to normal. So
and then everybody who's protesting, just fucking relax. We are almost there. Italy just got through with their shit 10 weeks out. We're only 6 or 7 weeks in, and we're fucking going crazy. Like, guys, they're not after our freedom, and if they are, fucking have it. I rather like I don't know what I'm saying. I don't want to get flagged for this.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could have. All right, guys. So I think
that's super close. Jesus Christ.
Up close in person.
Before you wrap this up, though, would all of you be cool with day and date as the new normal? Like, you have the option of going to the theater if you want, but we also have it online here if you need to.
At $20 for me, like that, just me. I'm not speaking about any other. You know, I think people know where I stand on this. It wouldn't make any difference. I would choose to go to the theater, especially not owning it for that price. So that's me. Yeah, I'd be fine if I knew theaters weren't gonna all die because I think they're culturally significant.
So you're cool with having the option for a while, I should say, not like permanent.
I don't think I'll be using it very often. I'm not going to pay $20 to, I'll just wait especially for mainstream stuff. Just whatever. I'll wait.
I'm okay with it right now, but I get why this whole fight is happening because, Universal's saying it's just for right now, but the theaters fear it being the new norm.
Yes.
And their fears are, right. And they're fighting to survive. I don't think it should happen. I don't think it should be the new norm. My opinion is if they're going to, a month is too short for the window. If they drop a month off and make it a 2-month window, a 60-day instead of 90, I'm okay with that.
Fair enough. I think it'll be something like that. I think there's going to be a deal here.
Well, it's not a deal. It's either they play their movies or they don't. And that's what Universal's banking on. They're just like, they need us more than we need them. They're just going to push Universal into more direct VOD, more premiere. Like, all right, fuck them. We're putting Fast and the Furious up.
See, I don't care enough about Fast and the Furious, but I would specifically probably not. Because from my side of things, Universal are the assholes here.
I think you're crazy.
They're both bumping heads. They're both being stubborn. They're both fucking assholes.
AMC and Regal are mad because during a pandemic, they released Trolls 2. Think about it.
They made a bunch of money that they lost out on.
That they would not have made as much money. I mean, so AMC's butthurt because they broke the traditional 90 days during a pandemic. It wasn't like they're like, you know what, fuck it, we're just going to play it. People needed entertainment, and that was the only way they could deliver it. That was for the families at home. I think calling Universal the dicks for trying to do something,
not for that
a little harsh.
New normal, though. That's that.
But it's not the new normal. They've said that numerous times.
I think it's just because they flex on them that hard. Like, fuck it then. Like, we don't need you. Because in reality, they don't. They can cut them all together. You're right.
I just think, I don't know. That's just something for me. I still think just the movies as they have been for, over a century essentially die if theaters go. It's not the same thing. And I think that's
Hollywood Video.
Well, Blockbuster was around for over a century.
But it's possible that they're going to go away.
It's possible.
Blockbuster was around for a century?
No, I said Blockbuster was not.
Oh, okay. I was
like, Blockbuster, in my view, but I get what.
I think it was like almost 50 years though, which is cool. Not 50 years. Sorry, 30 something. Either way, you can look this up.
Oh, Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're going by like the last couple that were standing, maybe, but
no, there's still a Blockbuster open.
I think
Still
the last
going
one,
strong.
I think it did finally drop.
Well, unless it doesn't come back from this, but it was still up until now.
All right. Well, there you go then. Yes. Then so Pugs is right on the third.
There is a fake Twitter. I don't know if you guys follow. Well, okay, Pugs. I don't know if you follow it. It's called The Last Blockbuster, and they just tweet out hilarious. What? No, I don't think it's really that one. I think it's just like a gimmick, and they just tweet out random shit that's happening in the store.
It's awesome.
It's pretty fucking.
I gotta go follow it.
What's weird? The one in Alaska that was still that was the one they thought would be the last one, and it wasn't. They died. John Oliver even had that report where he sent them all this like weird memorabilia, like Russell Crowe's jock strap from Gladiator and all this weird shit. I think Oregon might have been the last one now. But anyways, we're talking about Russell Crowe's jock. So we will end here, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you had a good time. Be sure to support us on Patreon at patreon.com/fleshwoundfeatures. And well, we actually do have some questions to read, or do we want to do that on the next show?
Yeah.
We'll do the Patreon question. So thank you for joining us. Support us there. Join the Horror Cartel Flesh Wound Radio Facebook group. Like the Flesh Wound Features Facebook group. And stalk us on Twitter and all that good stuff. Good night.